You want the world for your own. I'm your maximum profit. I can't afford to stay, so get out of my way. Smoking down the track and never looking back. You can't be with me anymore. You can't be with me. Oh no. Once I will let you in, but now I let you go. Honey, don't take me for granted, 'cause I don't recognize you anymore. Once sweet and caring, now cold and calculated. You can't be trusted. You want the world for your own. You want maximum profit. I can't afford to stay, so get out of my way. Smoking down the track and never looking back. You can't be with me anymore. You can't be with me. Oh no. Once I will let you in, but now I let you go. I can't afford to stay, so get out of my way. Smoking down the track and never looking back. You can't be with me anymore. You can't be with me. Oh yeah. Once I will let you in, but now I let you go.
KWTN 100.9 FM. Winnebago Talks, Season 2. We are an episode officially. I believe it's episode in the 20s. Remember when we used to do the, 2 dimes plus a nickel and a couple pennies? That's where we're at here. So anyways, appreciate to everybody that's tuning in here today. My name is Garan Coons. I'm the communications officer for the Winnebago Tribe, also known as DJ Guaranteed. We have some special guests here, and I'd like to have them come up, and we are going to have Winnebago come on over. This is the Human Resources Department. We appreciate them coming all the way over from Salone, Iowa to be with us here today. And they have a huge announcement for the good folks that are going to be maybe looking for some employment or and whatnot. But we'll give them an opportunity to get set up and get the microphones on, and then we'll kind of go into some introductions and stuff. So appreciate these guys coming on over here today. And this is Winnebago Talks. If you guys have an opportunity, maybe share with your relatives what's going to be taking place here in the next couple moments. And we have a whole heap of announcements and whatnot, but we want to get to the good folks at Winnebago, and we'll have them go ahead and give us their introduction. We'll probably just start from left and go to the right. So, young lady, what is your name and your title?
Hi, Garan. My name is Lori Payer. I'm an HR generalist for Winnebago. I've worked there for 11 years now.
All right. Well, first time on the show. We appreciate you coming on the way over, and you emailed us, and we're going to get to a big announcement here momentarily, but we'll continue with announcements. Gentlemen?
My name is Nick Tyndall. I'm an HR generalist at Winnebago. I've been with the property for about 12 years altogether.
Awesome. Welcome to the show. And then we also have...
Good morning. My name is Christian Rogers, and I am the Director of Human Resources for Winnebago Casino Resort, and I've been with the property for a little over 3 years.
Wow. Awesome. Awesome. I have to say, Winnebago does a lot of good things. I know that we were talking about some of you guys help the Winnebago Tribe annually with the big powwow that takes place, the homecoming celebration that takes place in July. Not only that, but you guys host the last Bear Moon celebration that takes place in February. And today, through the hard work and, you think about Winnebago and kind of from back in the days, I wasn't around and stuff, but I heard a lot of stories of starting as a small trailer and then just growing into what it is here today. And now one of the valuable resources is about the people that work out there. And so go ahead and kind of give us the information. I think there's kind of like a news breaking and something like that. Christian, if you want to kind of explain that.
Right, that extra, read all about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Winnebago is really excited because we have looked into, wages and looking at the market, the competitive market that's around us, and we have raised our wages. That's the big news. And they say that money talks. And so we've really listened to our team members, and we've listened to the feedback from people that are interested in gaming, and we are here to say that we definitely have a seat at the table as far as our competition goes. A lot of the wages, 90 to 95% of our starting wages start at, I would say, right around $14 now.
Wow.
Which is pretty incredible.
Right.
And since I started, there's been a lot of feedback of, boy, Christian, just kind of like you said earlier, where Christian, back in the day, Winnebago, it was so busy. I couldn't even, get back to the restroom because I had to go through so many people. And, we've really worked hard. And I know the HR team, along with working with the management team side by side, really took an in-depth look and said, okay, what do we need to do? Mm-hmm. What do we need to do so people can come to work every day and ultimately have a great time? Because casinos is a unique industry to where anytime I talk to somebody, they are, oh, wow, you work in a casino? What do you do? It's fun, it's entertaining, it's high energy.
Yeah.
And so we're really excited about this next step.
Definitely. Wow, that is some awesome news. And if you folks are looking for maybe some job that might, I know that sometimes during the holidays, people are looking for extra, there's part-time jobs available, there's full-time jobs available. And the people that I talk to in the, what do they call it? The entertainment industry, the casino is kind of under that umbrella. They really enjoy it. I mean, the flexibility hours. Some people don't like getting up in the wee hours, 6 o'clock in the morning. But some people, they function a little bit better in the evening. And you have swing shift and you have graveyard. Some people are just night owls naturally. So that might be for you. Where can I look? Where can I go to find a listing of job openings?
Well, you can go on the website. Always, you can check on the website. We have lists that we update usually weekly. By the end of the week, we'll have the list of jobs that are opening. They're always changing.
Yeah.
One reason they always change is that we have a lot of growth from the casino. We do a lot of transfers in-house, so it's a great thing. Even if you're not sure of what you would want to do when you come to the casino, you can give us a call in HR. We can talk about the job descriptions with you, walk through it, try to find a good place for you. And like I said, we're always having openings because people move up all the time.
Nice. That's very nice. Oh, one of the things I wanted to ask you, Lori, you've been there for a minute, and what do you really enjoy about your job,
What I enjoy about working at Winnebago is getting people hired on, seeing the excitement, especially with our younger applicants that come through. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's their first job, and so it just makes me feel good that not only do we hire Winnebago tribal members, we hire a lot of tribal members from other tribes throughout the communities and throughout Winnebago and the Omaha and the Santee.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think that over the years, I had a lot of great times at Winnebago, from attending a concert. I think Corbin Easton was a country concert that I went to, and it was pretty good. And I always enjoy going to the powwows out there. I know that when it started up, I had a hand, and I was one of the powwow committee members, and we met with some of the executives there to get that really going, and just had a great time. You know what I mean? I also had the opportunity during Halloween to do the Bingo Gone Wild. That was really cool. Bev Morris and the crew, they did an excellent job, you know what I mean? And it was a lot of fun. They had a costume contest and everything. And I think they're going to be trying to do something here in the next couple months, or maybe next month and stuff. And I know that bingo itself, you guys have, what are the huge payout nights? And I think at the top of the month and stuff, it's like I think the last one was what, 40,000?
Yes.
Yeah, we have so many great promotions going on, and just like you're saying, it's that high energy.
Yeah.
One thing that I wanted to add too is when people work in casinos, sometimes applicants say, oh, I've never worked in a casino, or I don't know necessarily if I have the experience to do this position. Gaming is very unique to where you can actually walk in one day and be pushing in chairs, emptying ashtrays, and setting a path for yourself long term, and not looking at it as just a short, step. It can be a long-term goal, and it's not that uncommon for individuals to make a career over 20, 30 years and enjoy coming to work every day.
Right. In the slogan now for Winnebago, it's just more fun. If correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And at one time, I remember the billboards and the advertising and the marketing. It said it was the friendly casino. Are you guys, you know what I mean? You guys being HR people and stuff. How would you guys rate that? You at the casino?
That is one thing that our guests give us continuous feedback on is the people that work at the casino and how friendly we are. And I will say from experience, I've been in the gaming industry for over 20 years now, and when I first started, right away I noticed Winnebago is very unique.
Yeah.
Our customer service goes above and beyond, and our team members have really developed those relationships with our patrons in going above and beyond. So I firmly believe that we are still one of the friendliest casinos out there.
How very cool is that, man? I gotta give compliments to your guys' dealers. Every now and then, I haven't in the last couple months and stuff, but every now and then I like to play that one, I think it's called Ultimate Texas Hold'em or something like that. But the dealers are always good time, and they just laugh and just have a good time, and then, they appreciate any tips or anything like that is much appreciated and stuff. But I think that sometimes, just entertainment, I know that you guys offer like a discounted buffet, and then far as working with the people, your biggest resources, your employees. And so really appreciate everybody that had a hand in making sure that the wages are up all around, you know what I mean? And that's one thing, from like security to making sure the property's secure to what do they call it? The slot techs. I think that's a good industry. So I know there's a lot of people that are gamers. You know what I mean? That might be something that they kind of interested in kind of seeing. Because one time my machine malfunctioned, and a guy came over and helped me out, and he just opened it up, and I was just like seeing all the wires and everything like that. But I was like, wow, he really knows what to do and everything. That's a trait that you can probably take into the next century and everything too. So Christian, I'll ask you, what do you really enjoy about your job?
Again, just talking a little bit earlier, when I first started out in the industry, I love the action. There is nothing like walking onto a gaming floor on Saturday night, and seeing all the people just kind of interacting and having fun. And after about 5 years, I really enjoyed the marketing side of things, but decided, I really want to be there for employees, and I want to be able to assist them in their transition. And slowly along the way, I started out on graveyard, pushing in chairs, emptying ashtrays, and slowly find my way.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Working
cool
graveyard, put in my time. And again, this can be a long-term goal for you. And, I really got to thank the support from the Tribal Council as well for making all this happen.
Yeah.
And when an associate starts with us, not only are we elevating our compensation, but there are little things that we do to help the team member. Our management team really likes to sit down with applicants and say, what schedule do you need? What things do you have going on? We have a sign-on bonus to where if you just show up to work, after 90 days, we're going to pay you $250. And then ultimately after 6 months, it's that additional money that equals $1,000.
Oh, cool. How cool is that? That is more incentive just to try to go and apply. One of the things, kudos to Ray Thomas, you know what I mean, and Dina, the marketing people and everything. One of the things that I always try to make mention is that, it seems like you guys grow into the entity. As far as you were probably maybe a porter or working the graveyard, and Nick, I think you were also security, right? Yeah, I was trying to get rowdy out there and stuff, and you just came over, and I was like, all right, I'm done. Nah, I'm just playing. But now you're into the HR, human resources.
And that's one thing with it is when I talk about the growth in the casino, obviously, I've had my story moving up, but one thing is that I didn't get that way just by myself. I had a lot of good mentors in the property itself. People want to encourage that growth. The managers are always talking, trying to see the strengths that maybe you don't see within yourself, and that's a big part of it. We're a really unique business in that, of course, we want to make money, but also, we feel responsible for helping people grow just in the employment world. I mean, you don't have to stay at the casino forever, but you can definitely learn skills that are going to help you in any career that you want to go into.
For sure. So for those that are listening here, we are talking to Winnebago Casino. They broke the news that across the board, a lot of the wages have risen, and that's kind of a reflection of our time too. I was just talking to Bethany and some of the crew here. Last year, if you purchased everything and kind of went grocery shopping and paid your utility bills and everything, it rose $736 from last year. So the same thing from last year to this year, it's going to cost you $736 more this year and stuff. And that's due to inflation. But at the same time, you guys are keeping up with the times. And, it's a drive out there. And I know I like the amenities that you guys offer. You guys got a hotel. Is the swimming pool up?
Not yet.
No, okay. Well, I think we're going to be working on that and stuff, you know what I mean? But some of those res kids like to get their weekly bath. No, I'm just playing. Anyways, and then you guys offer the buffet, so there's places to eat. Kasu Cafe. There's also the concessions there for bingo. Man, and then you guys, every now and then you guys have some entertainment, like once a month or something. You guys will have a big concert coming up. Do you guys have any concerts coming up recently? Do you know?
Not at the moment, but we had some pretty exciting acts this summer that were pretty exciting. Referencing, I heard that Easton Corbin, when he was here, was pretty outstanding.
Yeah.
We have some of those exciting acts, like Tanya Tucker was here at one time. So again, our marketing team does a great job of bringing, that entertainment in.
Yeah, like Oak Ridge Boys or something like that. Yeah, they should be called Oak Ridge Chokas now, you know what I mean? Because you see their promo, I mean, like the guy with the long beard. It's very cool and stuff. But I guess that was the kind of the number one concert, but probably in the whole area and stuff, and did very well. So with that, I know you also offer like the council works hand in hand, and they every now and then they just had the treasurer's report, but there's like you guys do other things too. I think there's a golf outing. So if you're looking for employment, they offer like a golf outing for employees sometimes. There's also, I believe, you folks, correct me if I'm wrong, you know what I mean? I'm just what I heard from the council side is that employee thank you checks, might be coming depending. And that's a huge thing that I think the council really enjoys is that, all the hard work that everybody does, from day in and day out, from the cashier to the greeter, the person that greets you when you walk through the door, to the Players Club workers, everybody that has a hand in that, you know what I mean? And so Winnebago is very unique that it's owned by the Winnebago tribe. And, one of the things here at the radio station is, I don't want to sound like a commercial and stuff like that, but we're giving you an opportunity. You guys are breaking the news if you guys are looking for employment, and today's standards of, lifestyle and living and things like that. You guys just help ease that burden of finding a great job, So from people that are experienced to people that maybe have no experience, come on over and talk to Winnebago and see if you can, get a career out of the entertainment industry. Yeah, definitely. I got a question, and maybe you guys don't know it and stuff like that, but which slot machine is probably the best for me to play? Nah.
The one that spins. That's what I always say.
There you go, man. There you go. Any shout outs you guys want to do or anything like that to appreciate you guys coming on over? please come on over here to the radio station. We're going to feature this, and this is something that, you know, we want to give the kudos to all the tribal members that are working over there, and all the tribal members from all nationalities that are working there, and just your workers in general. You know, we're just kind of, you know, without Winnebago, the Winnebago tribe, some of the programs and everything, we really benefit from that. So if Winnebago does good, you know, the Winnebago tribe does good, and we want to instill that into our future generations and people that are here at the Winnebago tribe. Is that, man, if it wasn't for Winnebago, a lot of things. Oh, I know. You guys do. I went to the cashier, and there's a kiosk, and it was really cool because you can put, you know, at the first time, it's where the change goes to a good program from Winnebago. Yes. You know, whether that be like the Boys and Girls Club, or maybe like Ho Chunk Renaissance, or the Elder Senior Center, or something like that. I thought that was a good idea. You know what I mean? Because I think there's a national coin shortage anyway. But I don't want to carry big bags of, you know, coins in my, back in the days, you know what I mean? The slot machines used to spit them out and stuff, but now you get a ticket. And, you know, I don't want to carry 95 cents in my pocket. It kind of weighs me down. So I just rather give that to a program. I appreciate you guys coming up with that. That was really cool. And I'm glad that it's really benefiting some of the people and stuff. And I seen like a check presented for like $4,000 to a program. I mean, and that's just change. You know what I mean? That is a really good. So you guys not only do the entertainment industry as far as, you know, offer bingo and slots and stuff like that, but you guys do some humanitarian good deeds for a lot of the Siouxland programs in Winnebago.
Absolutely, within the community too. And also, we want to make sure that, you know, our employees are taken care of as well. Like during the holidays, you know, you said something, $736 is a lot for people. And we just recently, yesterday, handed out Thanksgiving gift cards, $25 gift cards for our employees to kind of help with that. Yeah. You know, if you need an extra pecan pie or two for Turkey Day, right, or whatever you like as far as turkey goes. Yeah. But some of those things too, along with our team members, we really look at those benefits as well. So we have a aggressive PTO accrual rate to where we understand that work is work, and you also need to have time to decompress and travel and spend time with your family. So again, our managers are really there to work with our associates and saying, hey, we're going to give you this PTO, full medical, dental, vision. Like you said, those thank you checks. We're having a holiday Christmas party where we give away some pretty big ticket items. So again, it's a really fun place to work.
Definitely. Awesome, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys coming over. And like I said, come over anytime if you guys have another update. If it kind of tapers off, you know, hopefully you guys get a flood of applicants coming from the show. You know, make sure that you let them know that where you heard it first and whatnot. But, you know, if you guys need to reinforce, you know, like these jobs are open and we're thinking about somebody to come on over, we can try to help you guys out. And we appreciate the Winnebago News always runs your guys' ads. And I think some of the job postings as well and stuff. So be looking out for the next issue. It's coming out this Saturday, and we'll be working hard to get it out to the readership. But Lori, Nick, man, Kristen, it's good to see you guys. Thanks for coming on over. I want to say appreciate you guys, and keep up the good work.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right. Good one, guys. Okay, folks, while they kind of, we appreciate them coming on over, but this is Winnebago Talks every Tuesday. Just kind of run down some of the program if you haven't heard, and some of the things that we got going on. Tomorrow will be the, okay, so because of the holidays coming up, we're going to have to kind of reshuffle our schedule and kind of going to go from there. But Thursday, the Winnebago tribe will be closed in observance of, I have a question for those folks, and I'm looking on the Facebook page right now, but do you folks have an official title of what's coming up on Thursday? Do you guys call it Thanksgiving? Do you guys call it Turkey Day? Do you guys just call it the day we eat? I know that I was just in the Treasurer's Report, and Secretary Decora mentioned they call it the Aimsters, the American Indian Movement people call it Thanks-Taking Day. So I was just kind of curious. I kind of wanted to poll the audience to see what they had for that. But Yeah. Also wanted to announce a couple different announcements here while we have some time. We are going to be closed Thursday and Friday. We'll reopen on Monday. Also, they just announced there at the Treasurer's Report, one of the things is that when we have a council member pass away, the council has to declare that seat vacant. And, some of the condolences and the mourners and everybody, but the late Louis LaRose, he passed away. And just yesterday, the council declared it vacant. So they have to have what they call a special vote that's going to be taking place. And that's going to be happening on December 11th. If you folks want to mark your calendar, but the special vote for a vacant tribal council seat will be on December 11th. And just kind of wanted to talk about Louis in general. I know that Chairman or Vice Chairman Smith and Chairwoman Kitchian, they went out to Washington, D.C. with our legal counsel, Danelle Smith. And they met and they were knocking on doors out there for the senators and Congress people regarding the land back. And there's some press releases out there for it. 1,600 acres, that's over in Iowa. For those folks that are kind of wondering, there is a map that's on the Winnebago Tribe's Facebook page, and they are talking about just giving that back. It was taken by the Army Corps of Engineers in the 1970s. And they condemned that area. They wanted to develop a recreational area. That never came to fruition. So what they did is at the time, the Winnebago Tribal Council took it to court. The court seen that it was illegally taken from the Winnebago tribe, but it takes an act of Congress to give that land back. So it's been going on for generations and years and decades. But now it seems like it's finally going to come and it's going to pass. So we'll keep our eye on that. And we want to make sure that our people are apprised of all that information. And here at Communications, that's a big story, years in the making, and rightfully so. 1,600 acres that belongs to the Winnebago tribe hasn't been in the Winnebago tribe's ownership for that long. I would hope that Congress and the senators and the president will do the right thing and give that back to our tribe. So there's some drone footage there on the Winnebago Tribe's Facebook page as well. You can see where there's two tracks. There's one on the north side and the south side of Winnebago, and it's a beautiful area. It's kind of marsh, there's timber. I think that I was mentioning it would be probably nice to see if there's any kind of mushrooms that will be developing when mushroom season comes about. But hopefully when that time comes, we'll be announcing that. Also, folks, today they talked about a thing that's going to be coming up. Last week, we had Julia Alberts coming up from the Behavioral Health, from the Winnebago Public Health Department, Behavioral Health, and she mentioned, we talked about a keyword, and it was called holiday blues. Now, as we go into kind of some of the things, there's a lot of mourners out there. This is probably going to be the first Turkey Day, Thanksgiving, whatever you want to call it, without the loved ones. And so if you find yourself kind of thinking bad thoughts or maybe depression, or if you need somebody to talk to, I just want to reiterate that there's a suicide hotline, and that information is posted as well on the tribe's Facebook and the 12 Clans Unity Hospital Facebook page. But, folks, for those, I would advise, I know there's a lot of relatives and stuff that are going to be coming upon that, but maybe just check on them. Just maybe if you just send them a text. Sometimes they say that text, changed their course of their life. If they call them, or if you just go sit with them and stuff, we encourage that, especially as Native people. There's just a lot of things that we go and we deal with. Also wanted to announce an update on the Warhorse Casino. Warhorse Casino is kind of some information that I heard from the Treasurer's Report. It's the largest investment the tribe has ever made into these casinos, one in Lincoln and one in Omaha, Nebraska. Because of the weather, they're kind of ahead of schedule. A lot of times in November, there's snow. You can't really work in the snow when it rains, things like that. But November has been a great mild kind of winter, non-winter month. And so they're making a lot of headway. And so they're getting pretty excited here. And I think they kind of gave us a timeline around 10 months. I think the Omaha Warhorse Casino will be opening its doors for their historic endeavor. So that's pretty cool. I wanted to give you folks an update on that. Also, the Christmas lighting contest is going to be taking place. If you guys are interested in that, I know that we have the general welfare payment exclusion payment going out, and for those that didn't pick up, finance wanted me to announce that they're going to be sent in the mail. Hopefully your address is correct. We're going to try to figure that out as kind of years go by here, is how to really make sure that our addresses are current and correct. Sometimes, you know, the people that are living in dorms, or maybe they changed apartments, or maybe they changed jobs and locations. Reminder to try to get your address updated through enrollment, and then the enrollment sends the list on over to finance. So if there's going to be another payment, that's kind of a FYI. But the general welfare exclusion payment went out in-person distribution last Thursday and last Friday down at the Blackhawk Center. Talked to the finance ladies, talked to Billy Kitchian, she's the COVID director, and they said it went pretty good. There was a lot of people served. Appreciate everybody that got the word out. You know, one of the things that I noticed is that when it's posted on Facebook, not everybody has Facebook, but a lot of information comes off there, and you took it to your elders, you took it and you shared the word. Maybe you sent them a text, maybe you screenshotted the Facebook post and you sent it to your relatives. You know, being communications, I really appreciate that, and sharing that information. So keep up the good work on that one, and any help we can get to spread the good word to our people, we really appreciate here at the Big Voice, the Winnebago in the News, the website. We have also just different live stream communications and things like that. But there's no one-shot magic bullet to hit everybody. You know, we kind of have to do the shotgun approach. So a lot of times we'll post it down at the LED screen, and we'll post it on the Facebook page. We have an update here for those folks. Hopefully, while you got your general welfare exclusion payment, that week we had the turkey distribution. Want to thank the Winnebago Food Distribution Program for helping us on out for that. They kind of, you know, there's coordination that takes effort, purchasing the turkeys, getting them here, getting them distributed, and then also, you know, making sure that they don't, you know, thaw out or anything like that. So there's a lot of communication and a lot of coordination on that one. So thank you to the Winnebago Food Distribution Program, all the crew down there, Tatanka, I think there's Ave, I think, you know, Brown, there's also Lone Wolf, and some other Bearskin and Fremont are down there, and we really appreciate all the hard work to doing the turkey distribution. Hopefully you guys will enjoy that turkey here in the next couple of days. But also on December 11th, we have, December 12th, we have the Christmas ham distribution that's going to be taking place down at the food distribution. So they'll be at it once again, and they'll be having the Christmas ham distribution. So I'll get that flyer out today at the Winnebago Tribe's Facebook page, and we'll kind of go from there. But I'd like to kind of invite a good friend here, and this is MCBKC. And how's it going?
How are you today?
I'm doing good. I'm glad that you came up here. I was just kind of doing some general announcements and stuff. We're missing our other fellow co-host, DJ Besame. But nonetheless, you have started season 2 of Res Ride.
Yeah.
I love Res Ride. For those folks that never turned into Res Ride, when is it and what is it?
Res Ride comes to you live every Thursday from 4 to 6 Central. Well, we're on standard time right now, so because we do have listeners that are in other time zones, so 4 p.m. Central.
All right, cool.
Every Thursday. While we won't be here this Thursday, obviously, because of the holiday, so the Res Ride is going to be parked.
Yeah, what do you call it? This is the day you eat?
I wrote it as Turkey Day.
Yeah, for sure. I was kind of wondering, like,
Turkey Day.
What are we going to call it? So Res Ride and stuff, and then in Res Ride you have segments.
Yes.
And some of those segments kind of include what?
Well, we usually start off, we always try to promote the other radio programming that we have here at KWTN, because there's a lot of good stuff all throughout the week, of course, and then there's powwow jams all the time.
Yeah.
So we always try to promote that. Then we do celebrity birthdays, the days of the week, and probably the most famous part of it, the Love Line.
Yeah. All
where
right.
we
So
give out some of the best, worst advice possible. So
I was just reading like Dear Abby, Dear Abigail or whatever and stuff, but it's kind of similar to that. You know what I mean? Some people just, if you guys need some help, or maybe you don't need some help, but just kind of want to hear, if somebody got the recent hickey or something like that, you know what I mean? Tune in, because we'll give some advice. It's not always the best advice.
No, that's kind of the theme. We want to give the best, worst advice this side of, and then we usually pick a place on the res. So, yeah. But that's what it's about, and it goes all over the place.
Some res humor.
Yeah, all the different kind of stuff we've had. I remember it started out kind of tame, because maybe it was more like people didn't know what to say or whatever. But now it was like, I don't like her fry bread.
Oh,
I
my
remember
goodness.
that in the beginning, and now it was like straight up getting into the drama.
No, wow.
So it's all about that. So always on the Res Ride, 4 to 6 p.m. every Thursday. Of course, we're taking the holiday break and whatever else, and everything in that is. It's good.
And then at times, you know what I mean? Like we switch gears at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
For a show called Midnight Love.
Yeah, that's actually where I began here with KWTN, and I'm glad that you guys are able to keep that on the air, because we are also pushing forward with that. We just finished episode 33, I believe.
Wow.
And so 34 is ready to go, and we'll be presenting that as soon as we can get everything laid down and put it on the air. Midnight Love comes to you guys live every night at 10 p.m. in the replay, but the new shows debut on Fridays following DJ Blue's Hot Mix.
Cool. Awesome. I'm looking forward to the new shows, and I know you did like remakes and everything. That was really cool. The one that I really liked is Dolly Parton, and I just read trivia and stuff, trying to get ready for the answer is and stuff, but Dolly Parton's I Will Always Love You was remade by Whitney Houston.
Of course.
And man, like I didn't know that. You know what I mean? I didn't know Dolly Parton did the original. I was just like, what? No way and stuff. And then so I kind of like sometimes you might get in. One, it's kind of to set the mood, but you will probably learn something about the artist that's coming up, or who was on the track. Like Prince. Yeah. You told us about Prince. You educated us about Prince, that he played almost every instrument on that one album. I'm
yes.
Like,
well, actually, in all of his recordings, he was the one that performed it. Now, when he went live, of course, then he had, the Revolution, and then, of course, the New Power Generation, and then everyone else that played with him. But on the albums, that is Prince.
Wow. Like from the drumming to
all of it.
The vocals to the guitar work.
Yep. The only thing that was usually someone else was the vocals. So, like, because when he sang with Rosie Gaines, on Diamonds and Pearls, of course, that's her voice.
Yeah. So. Yeah. How cool is that, man? Some musicians do some extraordinary stuff. On ARL this week, because it's Native American or American History Month, we featured I think Rolling Stones wasn't, she put the tribe of all the ones, and then Rolling Stones, she put English. But I think Indigenous Things We Do from the 90s was the winner. And I think she's going to continue on this Thursday, but it might be postponed because of Turkey Day and stuff. I don't know. She might pre-record it and stuff, but keep it. We appreciate everybody that votes on that. You know what I mean?
ARL's fun. I mean, and that's the best thing too, because we even throw that, of course, even into Loveline. That's one of the remedies. It's like, how do I find that one? Dedicate a song on ARL.
It works, guys.
Yeah, it does.
And
it
ladies,
absolutely does. So, and I gotta say, listening to the show last week, Bethany, excuse me, DJ Bethany.
Yeah.
Getting kind of tongue-tied there. I gotta say, I like that song. I'm not real super familiar with them.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I did. Plus, you guys had a few other songs, because then Res Ride came on after the replay, and so we put those. I went right out and got it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
Threw them right on. So you can get some good music there, of course, as well as all your favorites in the requests. So love ARL.
That is good. Real quick here, I think we're going to end today's show a little early and stuff. We just got a text here from Bethany. She's not feeling too good, you know what I mean? Well, hopefully, speedy recovery and everything too. But, they call it Thanksgiving, and, the history of Native American tribes and stuff hasn't always been the greatest and stuff. But I know we have a lot to be thankful for.
Absolutely.
And there's this, as far as, I don't know if you wanted to do a shout out to your family or just kind of the tribe in general, as far as thanking anybody. It's a time, how did they say it? Recently I went through a whole kind of lot of funerals and wakes and, paid my respects and everything. And one of the things that kind of I took away from that is to make sure, my brother always says this too, is to make sure to give people their flowers before, it's too late and you're not able to say that. So here at the Big Voice and on behalf of myself and my family and stuff, man, I have a lot to be thankful for. Appreciate everybody from, the people that come in here
Indeed.
and say hi, and they help us out with, some of the garbage from the previous days. And, I missed that conversation with Buzzy. He'd come in and grab something to drink and just have a horseshoe conversation. You know what I mean?
Right,
and,
right.
Then, Tina played on our, she played on our volleyball. She was a triple ace. She'd come from softball, and then she'll come over to Icky Nickel and play. And
Sure.
we're old people and stuff like that, but she was really competitive. You know what I mean? And I know when you get into that realm and being on a team and volleyball and stuff, because your teams are usually the championship and playing in a different level and stuff. But it's just kind of, we miss those folks. And like I said at the kind of the beginning here is this year might be a little bit different because some of those loved ones are not going to be with us this year, but they're still with us.
That's right.
So any Thanksgiving kind of words of encouragement out there?
Sure, absolutely. Always remember there's something to be thankful for, even if it's just the opportunity to say thank you. And then myself individually, I got to mirror that right along with you, guaranteed. I'm so thankful for my family, my partner, Sharon, the love and support that they provided for me over this, especially this past year, has been just absolutely immeasurable. And there's nothing that, I really almost have no words for it other than I am extremely grateful and thankful. And then at the same time, everything that happens here in Winnebago happens because the people that, of course, we have within our tribe, they care about one another. And that is a huge thing. And even though, of course, there's differences of opinions at times and people have a different point of view, I always look at that as a good thing because that's required. Because when everybody agrees, then you usually don't reach the best decision possible or the best outcome possible, because you have to have the ability to say, okay, well, what about this or what about that, and enjoy a robust discussion. And I'm glad that we are capable of having that type of environment. But at the end of the day, everyone cares about one another. The tribe usually understands, what needs to be done and what needs to be taken care of. And like what you were talking about, with the exclusion payment, I love that because I always like to try to throw a phrase in there. I've been excluded, but the reality is you've been included. But are you fully excluded? Yes. Whatever. Yeah. And then also, the turkey distributions and those type of things, because celebrating the holidays with your families in the best ways possible is what it's all about. I'm glad everyone's able to do what they need to do, take care of what needs to be taken care of, and then always have a good time. And I'm glad also what we're able to do here up at KWTN. It's a good time.
Definitely. I have a question for you. And
Sure.
This is probably just to get to know you. MCBKC is, do you do any cooking?
I can do a pretty decent breakfast. Yeah. But that's about it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you need to provide the breakfast for the cooks so they can provide the main course on Turkey Day, right?
Yeah. The rest of it is like, I can do some stuff, but it's really not my forte. It's not. And I think we've said this before, maybe even on the shows, there's some people, they can cook anything. Yeah. It's delicious and it's, wow. And then there's like, you'd have better flavor chewing on your shoe with me.
Chewing on your shoe. There you go.
It's like, so.
Well, I want to poll the people out there that are tuning in on Facebook and stuff, and maybe comment below if you know the answer, and we'll get a prize. We have some T-shirts, we have some Big Voice air fresheners, and a keychain for the winner and stuff. And we'll announce the winner before. But here's the kind of question I want to ask you, and you kind of elaborate. Do you think men are better cookers than women? I heard that, but I don't know if there's scientific evidence for that. But you look around, Brian, and there's Gordon Ramsay that has the Vegas, you know what I mean? Sure. A lot of these places are named the sous chef or whatever it may be. Where's the Gagas and the aunties' names and stuff? You know what I mean? So maybe think about it, tread lightly and stuff. But do you think the men are better cookers than our lady relatives?
Well, a lot of men, especially recently, they get a lot more, I guess, pub or hype than that, because of course, Gordon Ramsay, Emerald, and what was his last name? Emerald, oh God, what was his last name? Emerald. I just remember calling him Emerald. And then so many of the others, the guy that did the dives.
Yeah, Guy Fieri. But I think he just eats. Does he cook?
I thought he cooked.
Yeah, and then there's Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah, it's so many, and he was kind of the world traveler and stuff too. And
just trying different.
Definitely participated in just kind of experimenting. I gotta say, I think it's probably definitely an even thing. But what I will say with it is that the foods that are typically prepared by women have a much different, I guess, presence than the men's food. And in that way, because it's kind of like a cookout thing.
Okay.
It's like the guys on the grill burning it all day long, and it's like, it's not that women can't do it, but it's like, that's kind of their thing.
Yeah.
But then you go into the kitchen and, that's where your mom and your grandmother's throwing down, and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, and it doesn't mean that your dad can, but it's, just kind of one of those things. So
I got to say that my mom can't really do fry bread.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so she always kind of subs that out or whatever. But, man, she can throw down on the menudo and pozole, whether it is. It's just like I haven't found any place, authentic Mexican or anything like that can really get down on that one. My wife, Ashley's chili is like, man, it is like really good. You know what I mean? It's like really good. I just know how to burn things on the grill. You know what I mean? So I'm not really the best.
That's what I mean. Yeah. But no, I know exactly what you mean. And the pozole actually in Salsa City, I don't know if it's a commercial or whatever, but Mi Rancherita, it's on the menu.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I go there quite a bit, and it's pretty good. Plus, they give you the sauce that you can add to it if you want it hotter or spicier.
Okay.
Because it comes out, it's pretty bland.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it that way, but it has good flavor. But if you want to kick it up like I do, then they give you the sauce, and you can add it yourself.
Nose running sauce.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, you're gonna leave there. It's like, man, that was good. It's like, so yeah. So I love Mi Rancherita, and that's one thing too. We've talked about that on the Res Ride. We're really fortunate here in the Siouxland area. The restaurants and the choices that we have, I think, are pretty amazing. Because you can go to Omaha. There's a ton of places to eat, of course, but they're not the same thing.
Yeah.
Because I have yet to find really good pizza.
Okay.
In Omaha.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, all the chains are there, and it's okay, and that kind of stuff. But like, you can't get Rosie's, you can't get Jerry's, you can't, you can't get any of those type of places. And that they renamed it, but the Alfredo's.
Oh,
yeah. So, because I love Alfredo's.
Right.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff, man. Definitely. It's coming upon the lunch hour, and Turkey Day is just around the corner. What's the necessity that you have to have? And my only necessity that if I'm going to do Thanksgiving and stuff, it's weird, but I don't need to have turkey. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll see it there and I'll just take a little sliver or whatever and stuff. A lot of people, but it's the pumpkin pie with whipped cream.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a mound of whipped cream, then you're not eating it right, man.
The whipped cream with the pumpkin pie.
There you go. You got to flip it around for sure. But that's the necessity. That's the only way that I'll come to a dinner.
Guaranteed, the best way is to get, you have your bowl of Cool Whip and you open it up and whatever, and you get your wedge of pumpkin pie and you're dipping it like nachos.
I'll have to try that one for sure.
Oh yeah, we've been there many times. That's it. We even had it at a birthday a couple weeks ago. And it's like, hey,
Yeah.
So yeah,
for sure.
Dip it in there. So.
Well, we're having a conversation here with MCBKC, man. I think you coming in. We're having a great conversation about upcoming. And like I said, if anybody needs any help and stuff, we do have some the suicide hotline. We also have just the hotline in general in the behavioral health department as we come upon the holiday season. They kind of call it the holiday blues that's going to be taking place. We hope that everybody has a safe and wonderful, time with your family. We appreciate the Winnebago tribe, administrators, and everybody that not only gave Thursday off, but Friday off so that they can be with their family. For those that are traveling, make sure you stay safe. It looks like, have you heard anything about the weather this weekend?
I think it's supposed to be decent, just kind of cold. The temperatures will drop off. You know, it is November and actually even into later November. So we kind of been spoiled hitting the 60s, and now it's going to be more seasonal. So
Yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
supposed to be all right, though.
Oh, we had Winnebago's come in, and they announced that they increased their wages.
I saw that.
Yeah, and
Nice.
that is very cool.
Yep.
And do you have a Winnebago story that?
Yeah, actually I do. I mean, I was listening, of course, and I heard, you know, some of the things that you guys were saying with them, but I had the opportunity, and I also say it was really, you know, kind of the gift and the benefit. I got to work in the trailers way back in the day. Now, I was not an original employee, but at the same time, it had not yet moved to the main building. Winnebago's used to be Winnebago, of course, so that was in the process of renovation at that time, but that was a wild era.
Yeah?
Garan, yeah.
Oh.
Exactly what you said, and I don't remember which one of them said it, but those were the days literally where the machines were so packed they were 3D people waiting to play.
Really?
Yes, and it
Wow.
was so absolutely packed. Of course, back then, because you were also talking about the coin from the hoppers, and it was days before tickets, so they actually had to drop the coins and stuff. They could not get the drop cart through because the people were just packed and mobbed.
Wow.
So the machine, you know, was shut down, and it couldn't play anymore because it couldn't pay out and stuff. So it was kind of this weird, really good problem to have. But those trailers, those were wild days.
Wow.
Wild days.
So I'll share a story with you. Don't tell anybody, but we were part of the generation after the main building got built. They asked, you know, around, you know, what can we do with these modulars, these trailers and stuff. And so my generation was back in the days of where you got like murder rap and Snoop Dogg and NWA and, you know, F the Police and all this and that. So we kind of seen and imitated what we seen on TV and kind of mainstream. And so we try to be the gangsters and thugs. So my sixth grade class, you know, a lot of us were coming out of the school in handcuffs and all this and that. And they're like, man, this generation, the 7th and 8th graders, let's just put them outside the school in these old Winnebago's modulars. And so that was
right. Yeah, because they were even Little Bear Daycare Center was also in sections of that.
after,
Yes.
they took them out.
So those trailers, I mean, they got their life use out of them. I don't even know where they ended up, and to be honest, I know that they went somewhere, but it was like, yeah.
I couldn't. So I remember it being in the classroom, you know, and there was 4 kind of classrooms and stuff, but I can't imagine a casino being in there. How was it? Like when you walk in, is there like was there a grand entrance?
Yeah,
or?
there was. It was also a modular unit, if I remember correctly, but they kind of dressed it up because it had a much higher ceiling than the trailers did.
Oh, okay.
And then that's where the kind of the cage area, not the cage area, but the cashier's area was.
Yeah.
As well as the security podium and some other things. And then table games went straight back, and then that's where the actual cage and the vault area was. And then it blossomed off to the side, so it was kind of in this weird T shape.
Yeah.
And they basically just gutted it out, so it was walls and a roof, and then they made rows and rows and rows of slot machines, and there was a small tiny little bar area.
Yeah.
That of course served drinks and some things like, you know, the basic chips and nachos, and that was about it.
Wow.
Oh, and a very small poker room.
Oh, wow. They even had poker in there?
Yes, they did.
Dang, man. Oh, so, all right. Winnebago. Was it Winnebago?
Yeah, Winnebago.
Yeah. Was that before the casino or was it at the same time?
Winnebago, I don't remember the date it opened because I was still pretty young, but it was in the early 80s, and I think it closed in 1989, if I'm not incorrect.
Wow.
And then, of course, because that was the main revenue stream for the tribe back then.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there were a lot of legal battles, this and that happened. The U.S. Supreme Court decided, you know, not to go through certain things and whatever. But then the U.S. Congress actually passed the Indian Gaming Regulatory Act, and that became law in 1991, if I remember correctly. And then Winnebago's opened in 1992.
Wow. What a time, man.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
wild days.
Yeah.
Really, really wild days, because the tribe's financial position in 1991 was really not good, and anyone, you know, who can remember that, is like, if you didn't work for the hospital or the school, you probably didn't have a job.
Wow.
And so that Winnebago's changed everything.
Man.
Night and day difference.
Yeah. And I grew up around here and stuff, and I remember some of that. And then to think nowadays, you know, you have like a Dollar General and you have, you know, just even here, you have a studio and stuff, you know, as far as a radio station. The public schools expanding all the time, you know, what did they recently break ground for that counseling center that they're going to be behind the school and just a lot of good things. And then, you know, it hasn't been just like, oh, okay, Winnebago is opened up and stuff. There's been some, you know, trying times, pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
The flood. You remember the flood?
I mean, Winnebago Island, yeah.
Dang, man. You know, rest in peace, Denbone and stuff. But I know that he had a hand and made sure that place, you know what I mean?
And so many good things. You know, the best part about that, of course, you know, those kind of situations were really hard to deal with. You know, the flood of 2011. The best thing that I got to say about that is, see, the tribe was capable of salvaging and saving, I should say it that way, the Winnebago property. Because also, if you remember, Guaranteed, we were also in the process of building the existing hotel. It was not done.
Wow.
It was still under construction. But then when the Army Corps decided to flood the Missouri River Basin, which is, of course, where Winnebago sits, then the Winnebago tribe on its own was capable of building the dirt berms that were necessary to keep the water at bay.
Yeah.
And everything that happened, because if you remember, just down the road, our neighbors to the south, the Omaha tribe, was not capable of saving their casino, and it flooded.
Yeah, I remember going down there. I used to work for Lucky 77, going down there and just, it was all hands on deck. You know what I mean? Like everybody they can get, try to save it. Yeah. And I remember the gas station went under. You know what I mean? They used to have a gas station down there at BBC, and you know the whole how do you play it? The sandbags. Yeah. You know what I mean? We were trying to do the sandbags and stuff and couldn't do it. And then I know that there was the ducks came about, you know, for Winnebago and trying to just get the business rolling and stuff, because I said it to these guys too, you know, if Winnebago does good, the tribe, and you have that philosophy too.
Yeah, absolutely. When Winnebago does well, the whole tribe does well, because Winnebago is basically the start of the Winnebago tribe's modern economic era. And that's the best thing about it, because it has created so many other opportunities here in Winnebago. Almost everything that you see, no matter what it is, no matter what part it is, was started with the revenues of Winnebago.
Nice. Well, it's good reminiscing with you and stuff. Yeah. I do want to start a show, and maybe we can have it in the morning, and maybe you can help me out and stuff. Sure. But it's just called Coffee and Tea, Winnebago Coffee and Tea and stuff, and let's get some of the knowledge holders, some of the elders, and some of the people that have some good stories, and just have a conversation and stuff. You know, I recently attended a funeral, and the guys that got up there and told stories were just like remarkable. You know what I mean? Yeah. Back in the days and growing up here in Winnebago. Let's paint a picture and stuff. So that's be upcoming. Hopefully by the first of the year we can get that. And you know, one of the things that you know I took away from that, from the farewell ceremonies that we had of all the funerals, is that, you know, make sure we give everybody their flowers before they. So for all those workers, for all those people that are doing it with their family, and everybody that's trying hard every day, man, on behalf of myself, I say thank you and keep up the good work, everybody, you know.
Absolutely. And, you know, to that point, I know that, you know, he passed away just a couple weeks ago, but Louis LaRose was also I don't remember his exact title, but it was essentially the general manager of Winnebago. And so the management and operation of that was also, you know, under his tenure. I don't believe he was a councilman at that point. It just simply, you know, wasn't what was done at the time, but the amount of, I guess, involvement that, you know, he had, as well as, you know, so many other leaders. It's kind of crazy because there are a handful of pictures that do get to float around. I know Kelly Keats was sharing some of those on her social media, and cool. Wow, it was so crazy because they did I think it was an anniversary celebration, and it was in one of the early days, so it was when they had moved into the new building, but seeing the council of that time present, you know, and of course, you know, many of them have passed on, you know, but John Blackhawk was still the chair at the time and stuff. It was like crazy. Plus, so many of the employees of Winnebago at that time. Yeah, and it's like, and then to that point, also some of them have also passed on. It's like absolutely amazing. And that was maybe a question that we needed to bring up, or we can always ask it. There used to be And it was always a dwindling amount of original employees, meaning that people that were there when the doors opened in the trailers. And I know, some of them, they've retired or moved on. A few, yes, they've passed and stuff, but there was a few left.
Wow, from the day one.
Yeah, from day one.
Dang, that's the true meaning of day ones right there.
Right. And it's like, God, to work somewhere, what are they at now? 30, is it 32?
I think so, yeah.
32 years. Yeah.
Right.
A lot of changes. A lot of changes.
Well, make sure you folks join us every Tuesday here for Winnebago Talks at 11 o'clock. And if you folks want to be featured, maybe there's a program or something that we want to get out to the good folks out there in Winnebago land or just in the area. We have a great signal up there in Sioux City and Siouxland area. Make sure you come on over and contact us. You can message us on Facebook, or you can contact Bethany Redhorn, bethany.redhorn@winnebagotribe.com. And you folks have a good Turkey Day coming up here in the next couple of days, and we'll see you guys next time.